It was exactly to 52 a.m. when my phone started vibrating on the nightstand. Not a call, not a message, a security alert. At first, I ignored it. Living alone, you get used to random notifications. But then it buzzed again and again. That's when I grabbed it, and what I saw on my screen instantly woke me up. A woman standing in my backyard, dressed like she was heading to a business meeting, not breaking into someone's property in the middle of the night. In her hand, bolt cutters. And yeah, I recognized her immediately. Patricia Whitmore, president of our HOA. The same woman who had been making my life hell for months. And now she was cutting the lock to my root cellar like she owned the place. I didn't panic. I didn't rush outside. Because the truth is, I've been waiting for this moment. My name is Marcus Max Sullivan, 52 years old, former Marine. After an injury ended my service, I settled down on a piece of land my family had owned long before this neighborhood even existed. Back when this place was just open fields and dirt roads are now. It's all perfectly lined houses and HOA rules thicker than a legal textbook. And right in the middle of it all, there's my property. 3 acres of land that refused to become part of their perfect community. The problem started the day Patricia showed up. No introduction, no smile. Just heels clicking across my gravel driveway and a clipboard in her hand. She handed me a violation notice like she was delivering a verdict. Unauthorized structure. Decreasing property value. She was talking about my root cellar, the one I built with my own hands, slowly, painfully, after my back injury. That cellar wasn't just a structure. It was survival, food storage, independence. Freedom. I told her that cellar had been there before the HOA even existed. She smiled. That fake. Cold smile and said, rules change. That's when I knew this wasn't about rules. This was personal. From that day on, the fines started stacking up. Grass to tall, paint to faded, mailbox not aesthetic enough every week. Another notice. Another fine. Another excuse. But something felt off because Patricia wasn't just enforcing rules. She was watching me closely, walking along my fence, taking pictures. That's when I started digging, not in the ground, but in records. Turns out, a development company had plans for a large expansion in the area, and guess what land sat right in the middle of it? Mine, they didn't want compliance. They wanted me gone after that. Things escalated fast. Inspectors started showing up, complaints being filed. Even anonymous reports about my mental health. Yeah, they went that low. Trying to label a disabled veteran as unstable just to push him out. That's when I stopped reacting and started preparing. Cameras. Motion sensors. Remote locks. Every corner of my property was covered. Not because I was paranoid. Because I knew, sooner or later, she'd make a mistake. And that night, she did. I watched from my phone as Patricia stepped into my cellar. Flashlight in one hand. Digging through my supplies like she was searching for something. Maybe she thought I was hiding money. Documents. Something she could use. What she didn't realize was that she had just walked into a trap. I tapped one button on my phone. Click. The reinforced door above her locked shut. At first, she didn't notice. Then she tried to leave. The door wouldn't move. That's when panic kicked in. She started banging, shouting, threatening lawsuits, screaming my name, then begging. Please, just let me out. We can fix this, but this wasn't something she could talk her way out of anymore. I picked up my phone and called the police calmly. Yeah, I've got someone breaking into my property. They're locked inside. You might want to hurry. When the officers arrived, everything was already recorded. The broken lock, the bolt cutters. The footage, her face when they opened that door? I'll never forget it. Gone was the confident HOA president. Standing there was someone who finally realized she'd lost. She tried to twist it. Said I trapped her. Said it was illegal. But evidence doesn't lie, and neither do cameras. A few weeks later, it was over. Charges filed. Court date set. And in the end, she pleaded guilty, breaking and entering, property damage, false reporting, abuse of authority. Her career finished, reputation destroyed. That big development project canceled. And the neighborhood, it changed overnight. No more fear, No more harassment. As for me, I still walk down into that cellar every week. Same smell. Same jars. Same quiet peace. But now it means something more. Not just survival. Victory. Because sometimes the people who think they control everything forget one simple truth. The moment they cross the line, they stop being in charge.